Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be redoing my previous Lisa build. A couple things have changed. Actually, not a couple things, only really one thing has changed. But some things in life have changed since then. So we're going to be re-going over her very briefly and the changes we've made, and then I'll be showcasing her. I believe previously I didn't show what she could do in battle with the team comp. Starting off, our ratio 53 over 173, which I believe isn't that different, even though the only thing we've really changed about her is her artifacts. I don't think it's that different from what it was before. I think it might have been like 60 over 160 or something, which is really cool. For our weapon, we still have the Wit Sith. The best possible weapon you could run is probably Kaguru's Verity, because you can tweak your playstyle to get the maximum benefit from its elemental skill damage bonus, which is the kind of build we're running with her. We're running her elemental skill is like a nuke, so this weapon has more crit damage and more base attack than the Wit Sith, but the Wit Sith has its own cool little merits. It's got its own cool little merits. It's got these cool abilities when you switch into her, and we switch in and out of the team a lot, so it makes it really cool. You get the attack increase, you're like hurrah. You get the damage increase, the elemental damage increase, you're like that's pretty good. You get the elemental mastery increase and you're crying your eyes out, but at least with this build. But overall, whatever, what's the worst that'll happen? Might be a little bit of free extra damage, so we're chilling with that. So yeah, Kaguru's Verity, this. And then you could also run like the sacrificial fragments. It's a pretty cool weapon in this kind of build. I think you lose out on some damage, but you get to do things like in a faster manner. So you might actually, like, in the long run, you might actually like do more. Like, you do less damage per time per like a skill cast, but you'll do more damage overall because you're doing it so frequently, so fast. So it's pretty neat for that. Next up, we've got the artifacts. Previously, I ran like a 2-piece elemental mastery set because it was like that, or like a 2-piece attack percent, and I was like, it's not really gonna affect like a crazy amount either way. So I was like, whatever. But now we've got the golden trope, which is a 2-piece that increases elemental skill damage, which is really cool because that's what she's all about. So, yeah, I guess I'll show off. So we've got a crit rate Thundering Fury hat, our circlet. We've got our electro damage bonus, golden trope. And then we've got this, like, garbage artifact. I don't have, like, a better one. And then we've got... Yeah, this is an off piece. This is just a really good, which is memories from the past, because this is what we used to run on here. And then we've got this flower, which is pretty decent. I was just wishing it had crit rate, but overall it's pretty decent. I have pretty bad luck with the Thundering Fury set. I don't know why. And then of course we've got C6. C1 is cool. When you use her skill, you get a bunch of energy particles, especially when there's a bunch of enemies around. C2 is pretty cool. It makes it so that you won't get interrupted as frequently, and you have higher defense, so you won't get messed up while you're trying to charge up her skill, which can happen sometimes, and it's a little annoying. Levels, rows, and C6, that is the most important one. This is whenever you switch into Lisa, her main gimmick is these stacks, and when you switch into her, it instantly applies within a small radius, a decent sized radius of the enemies around her. It instantly applies the stacks onto them at the maximum amount, which is 3, which is really cool, really useful, very nice. So as soon as you switch into her, she's ready to go, ready to hold down her skill and destroy everything. So for her talents, 899, technically 1212. Maybe one day we'll max her out. I'm just kind of lazy. And so the way her skill works is if you tap it, it'll shoot a little ball, a little electro ball, and it'll start the stack at 1, on that specific enemy. And then it has a 1 second cooldown, so you shoot the little ball, shoot another little ball, and now they're at 2 stacks. You shoot another little ball, now they're at 3 stacks, and then you hold down your skill, and then all of the enemies with like it'll like spread out for like the whole like full damage, and all those enemies within that like threshold, that area, they will all take damage equal to that, or not equal. They all take damage to a certain percentage of the stacks. So it's really strong at higher levels. So as you can see here, 3 stacks, nearly at max level is 974%, and at max level it's 1000. Oh, or at least max level for now. We might get a character in the future that increases like skill talents or burst talents by 1 or 2, just like Child, which would be very interesting for team building, depending on what they do. Next is her burst. Her burst isn't too much. It throw up a lantern in the sky and it hits enemies. It's useful at the Ascension because it'll lower their defense. So that just makes it so everything else will do more damage. So that's really cool. Other than that, it doesn't really do much. And then one of her passive talents is that you can use her charge attacks to increase the stack amount, which is pretty much useless because you're using up a stamina. So it's like, what's the point? And her skill, like when you just tap it to increase the stack, it's like it's literally 1 second. So there's no point for that. It could have been anything else. Could have been anything slightly decent, maybe like some kind of like little attack boost or something. But yeah, they gave us some weird nonsense. And then she can craft a potion to get materials back. So yeah, that's it for that. And now let's show off our damage with good friend Masanori, who is always telling me I'm a good fighter for some. So we'll just throw one on just to show what the stack looks like. The little electro swirl. That's how it gets wrecked. Sara for the shield, and you switch into her. As you see, he has the 3 on him, and I forgot to use her burst first, but we get a 70 something thousand, which is pretty neat considering it's a free-to-play 4-star character. But you gotta get all the constellations. But if you've been around this long, you've definitely got the constellation. Without all the setup, 44. That's pretty decent. One thing that's weird about Lisa is that she has like no health. Don't know why. Is that a 35 on charge attack? Pretty good. So that's gonna be it for this video. I know towards the end I got kind of lazy with the rotations and the waiting. That's the one big thing about her. There's like a long cooldown. That's the main thing that sucks. Is maybe you could construct a better team so that you don't have to rely on that. But obviously I was just throwing stuff together. This is my raiding team actually. I was just throwing stuff together just to show you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, how you guys would run her, all that good stuff. And thank you for watching. Take care.